Well, interestingly, it actually started in 2010. I was at a friend's place and she had a group of her, other female friends around, and they were these really intelligent, insightful, sexy, beautiful, successful women. And it came out that not one of them had had sex with their husbands, and in quite a long time, and quite a few, more than one of them hadn't had sex for over 2 years. And at the time I was so blown away by it, because I thought, well, how do we get to that? How did that happen? And a few of them had been through the parenthood thing, so of course that was going on, but it got me to wondering about what happens to a female's sexuality as we get older. So that had been bubbling away. I originally wrote it as a television pilot, and I went to John Edwards, who's a well-known producer here. He loved it, but he was scared he was going to seem like an old man in a raincoat. And so then I went to Claudia Cavan. He put me onto Claudia Cavan, and she loved the idea. She wasn't sure what to do with it, and at that time it was a really different show. What it had in common was it was about female fantasy. I knew I wanted to do something about that, so we played around with that for a while, and then nothing ended up happening, so I'd been percolating away. And then when it got to having my third novel, when Vanessa asked me what I was interested in, I had that little voice going, why don't you give that a whirl, and you can dive into it in a way that you with more freedom than what you would be able to just as a television show. So I did. And The Upside of Over came out of that. So I'd finished the first draft before the whole Harvey Weinstein thing hit, because I think that hit in about October last year. So it was just, I guess it was serendipity in some ways, and synchronicity. It was, because I've had a lot of experiences working in the media. I started off as an actor, and then as a TV screenwriter, seeing what other actors have gone through in terms of aging, in terms of female sexuality, in terms of gender politics. So I'm absolutely thrilled that this book's coming out in a time where it's framed by the fact that women are really coming into their own in the media arena and all other arenas too, I think.